All right, guys, hey, thanks for joining me. I got off work today. Last night we got off of work and we got the strip till up, got everything cleaned out. Air hoses, there was a rat's nest or a mouse nest in the air tube. It plugged up a bunch of tubes, we got them out. New points on it, checked bearings, got it greased. These big bolts like to come loose on the row units, but we think everything's good to go, and now we're just doing a static calibration. So we're gonna, it says it spit out 100 pounds. We're gonna weigh it, see what we got, and then tell it what we had, and it will correct from there, and then we'll do the other hopper. And I don't have it terribly full. I want it light for this first round or this first go, just to see how the field's going. I think it'll be just fine, but yeah. Karen's grabbing a piece of plastic that blew in from the neighbors here. She rode with on this opening pass. She didn't ride with us, she walked, because you made it that far, made it that far, stop, made it that far, stop, make it that far, stop. And them outside 3, 4, 5 rows will plug with tree roots. So anytime we run along a tree line, it sucks. I debate of not strip tilling along the tree lines, but at the same time, if you don't, then the stuff is just gonna grow in anyhow that much worse. And so we'll get going. I'm still playing with my auto steer. So I haven't got it quite dialed in perfect yet, so I'm just driving by hand. I don't know what it is when I activate it. So right here I'm within 4 inches. Right there it says 3 inches while I drive by hand, and if I activate it, then it just dives way off the wrong direction. And so I don't know what the heck it's doing. I don't want to see it. It takes me way over there. It takes me to the wrong row. I guess it kind of comes back. Wonder if a guy don't need to be. Maybe I got it when I turn around. Well, now it's kind of on. So this one's a little chunky. I'd like to get someday to see if they make a conditioner unit for this row unit to kind of break some of this up. But it ain't bad. I've had good luck planting on it. We got a lot of rain in the forecast. That rain will melt this all right back into a nice strip. So I'm not terribly worried about it. It just don't look pretty for posts on social media. But you can see we're running about the depth of my hand. So you got an easy 7-8 inches, 6, 7, 8, right around there. It's hunting around. But yeah, it's going good. So we're putting down potassium, sulfur, a carbon product, and a calcium, a gypsum product, and a rock in this row. So yeah. It's kind of neat to see all the worm castings. Oh boy. It's coming around. Someday you guys are gonna believe me on this soil health stuff. I don't know, you probably think I'm goofy now, but in 5 years when there's no more black dirt around the country and it's all strip till and cover crops, you're gonna look and say, I saw it first on that nut job in Minnesota. I love my chopping corn head. So I wonder if you can see. Yeah, you can see how it's just nice clean stumps and there's no stalks, you know, still hooked to that stump, stretching across a couple row units back and forth. And that allows me that if I have to run over a corn row, that's okay because it doesn't plug up inside the strip 2 unit. And so let's slow down. And yeah, that oh boy, I am so glad we got that head running so I could give it a demo. We're definitely using that again this fall. And yeah, things are starting to come together. We got a long ways to go, but we're less of a disaster every year. I don't know. Supposed to rain every day for the next 4, 5, 6 days. I wind her up to about 5 miles an hour is all I'm going right now, and we're burning about between 8, sitting right around 8.5 gallons an hour, how about we say. And that's not too bad. 8.5 gallons per hour for 12 row of primary tillage, 12 row of secondary tillage, and 30 feet of fertilizer application. I thought that was pretty dang good. 8 gallons an hour. I think the 8450, well, the 4640 burnt 4 gallons an hour just on the planter alone. The 8450, I think, when he was trying to pull that DMI, he was a couple. Ooh, lots of rocks on that hillside. Holy cow. That 8450, I think when we were doing primary tillage, he was close to 2 gallons an acre. Good old tractor, just not terribly fuel efficient. It was field efficient. This tractor has more horsepower, but burns tremendously less than the 8450. I guess as long as I got dust coming out of the row units, I don't need to go check to see where my tank is at, right? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I got my minimum RPM set at like 1200 or something like that, and that's where the fuel efficiency for a field average comes in, is because like when you're turning around in the headland, the thing drops to almost nothing. It's pretty impressive. Headland is done. 18-acre field. The first 18 acres are done, and it goes pretty quick, you know. Once you got your first couple rows, everything's crooked and wonky, but by the time you get her dialed in and across the way, by the time you get to the other side, you're doing 6 miles an hour of just nice straight rows, and it worked out pretty good. Everything went really well. Yeah. I appreciate you coming here to listen to this. I thought we had a lot of good conversation today. Got a little off topic, but that's my videos anyhow, I guess. So if we don't get much rain tonight, like if we get a little bit of rain, I'll be on that field. If we get an inch of rain tonight, I'm taking the day off and staying in the shop. but I'd like to start right here tomorrow and go from there. And so, guys, thank you much. Well, I'm getting less surprised that the field is Kerry. There are some fields I'm still a little gun shy on. This one's got some wet draws in it in this bottom corner. We'll go down there and check it out. But here's you can see the green trying to come in. Some of last year's cover crop seeds are starting to come in. I am disappointed that none of the clover that I saw green streaks last fall came back this spring. We got a little time before the field gets burned. I'll strip it and then come back later and burn it off before planting. But so there is some time, but it's really green here. I got this bale area, so there's not much left. I was slowly picking away at it, but I'm just gonna park the strip till rig, get these bales moved up here by the driveway, so then I can get them during the summer. And but let's go down to that other end and see how wet some of the wet spots are. Like I said, I'm not surprised how good the fields are doing with the water we've had, but there's still a couple spots that make me just a little nervous. All right, got 2 busted up bales left, and then around right there, in case you didn't believe me. And then we'll get these set down, get down. We're losing it. It's starting to spin a little bit. Can we get there before it completely fails? Ooh, I don't know. These are old bales. We had a field to clean up, an old pasture that we took over, and to clean it up, we baled off the weeds and mess instead of moldboard plowing it, and we've been using them for bedding, and it's been working good. We just never we just aren't using them fast enough. So we're gonna get them hauled home, and then get them hauled home this summer, and just put them right in the feedlot. Put them right in the feedlot, kind of knock them around, and then this fall, when the heifers and the steers come back to the feedlot, then there'll already be a start of bedding there for them. But yeah, then we'll get hooked back up to the strip till and get going.